Hey everyone, Siam here. Another cheeky update. Not really allowed to be working over the weekend, but everyone's asleep. So, right, I had a lot of Facebook messages about what's going on with Bitcoin, etc. And again, it's nothing to be worrying about. I'm definitely not worried. And the thing is, when you're doing technical analysis, it's very subjective, and I guess what Bitcoin has shown us now is that we were all looking at the wrong levels. Well, I in particular was looking at the wrong levels. So I had this trend line here, and basically the other day or the other week I saw this breakout, I saw the pullback, and then I said the market was going to kiss this off and then start making its way up. And yeah, I thought this was going to be the start of the rise, and then the other day I corrected myself because I saw a move down to the 7,500 level at the very least. And here, if we have a look over here, is so on the 30th of July I said that there's a 65% probability that we'd see a move down to the 700 level, and we definitely saw that at the very least, and it's gone a bit lower. So yeah, I mean, what you need to do whenever, basically you have to always adapt. The markets always show you who was correct or what you need to do, and one of the things with trading is that being wrong or being right really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's what you do with your trades. Your P&L is basically all you should really care about. And so what I'm seeing here is that I'm really not worried at all, because what this is now showing us is that effectively this was the level that Bitcoin was effectively playing with. One second. One sec. Yeah, it's effectively that level there. So it wasn't a breakout, it was basically just attacking this level here. And so what this means is that, yes, it's quite likely that it will probably carry on migrating down to the 6,500 level. But the thing is, I do believe the lows are in. And when I say the lows are in, I mean in the big picture. I mean, this is the big picture. And when I say the lows, as in these are the lows, whether it is 6,000 or it spikes just a little bit lower, for all intents and purposes, I said the other day to get back in around the 6,000, 6,500 level, and for me that is a low, and this is a reversal pattern. I know I'm not a big fan of technical analysis on Bitcoin, but this, I do like patterns which play out over time, and this is a very nice reversal pattern. And so what we should see is a bounce off this. Now I know if we go back to this video, I made this update on YouTube on the 22nd of March, and I said this is basically what's going to play out. I was a bit more bearish back then because there was a few fundamental things that hadn't happened by March, but now there's huge bullish fundamentals going on at the moment. So I do not believe we're going to have a crazy move to the downside. I think it's, yeah, I said we're going to have a more of a squeeze before moving up, and that's exactly what's happening. So and the reason I'm really not too worried is that, I mean, it's a bit like trading a bullish rectangle. So whenever you have a bullish rectangle, what tends to happen is that happens, and then eventually we have a break to the upside. Now, oops, I'll start again. So what tends to happen whenever we have a bit of a rectangle, everyone it tends to be taught to get in up here, which is actually the worst place to get in. What I like to get in on is the bottom support level. So I like to get in either here or here or here or here. Looks like others, doesn't it? Or even if it bounces again, even if I got in here, it doesn't matter, because all I'm doing is a waiting game, because I know eventually that's going to happen, and then I would have got in effectively at the correct levels. And what we're seeing right now with Bitcoin is basically we're seeing something like this, and then I think that's going to happen. So I've basically got in on this bit here, and again this bit here, and yeah, I don't care if it goes up a bit and down a bit. I'm waiting for the break to the downside, and I've basically got in at the right level. So yeah, I'm not too worried. There's huge fundamentals going on, and when I say huge fundamentals, what I mean is that we have we now have everything in place. Last year I said that Wall Street had to do a few things before the market really started to boom, and every single one of those points has happened. We now have a futures market, not just Bitcoin, but we also have Ether as well. We now have a custodial service. So this is Coinbase. So basically funds can invest in cryptos and not dick about with private keys and wallets and hackings and whatnot. They can just basically store it in a crypto bank, which is what Coinbase is becoming, and it's fully insured. So the custodial service is there. We're getting ETFs, which is a biggie. It won't be long before the Bitcoin ETF comes through, whether it will be the retail one or the commercial one. I don't really care. And I guarantee you, the moment the Bitcoin ETF is done, it won't be long before the Ether ETF is also made. Yeah, so that's basically, yeah. And also we're having big things like Microsoft and Starbucks. They're now embracing cryptos to a degree. Obviously, there's been a bit of exaggeration with those articles, but long story short, there's some big fundamentals coming in, and whenever you're in doubt, just remember, officially, this is excluding the black market. There are 25 million millionaires and 1,250 billionaires on the planet. Okay, just bear this in mind. There's 25 million millionaires and 1,250 billionaires on the planet, and over the next 3 years, people keep quoting 21 million Bitcoin in existence. We're not going to see that level for a long time, but we are going to see over the next 3 years at least 19 million Bitcoin in circulation. There's not even enough Bitcoin to go around for every millionaire to own one, and it won't happen. Bear in mind that, you know, I've got a bunch, you guys have a bunch, funds have a lot, and I know, and there's already 5 to 6 million that have been basically lost, or 5 million that's been lost, 1 million that Satoshi Nakamoto has. So really, there's about, let's call it 13 million Bitcoin that will be in circulation with whatever the supply is. So yeah, I mean, when you do the calculation of more patient Kryptonians, and you're trying to find the price, and let's just say, I mean, if we okay, so there's 120 billion here. So I mean, hell, let's say we get back to let's say it doubles, so it goes to 240 billion, back to $500 billion, and Bitcoin is half, let's say. What this means is that you can have $500 billion into Bitcoin over the circulating supply. So yes, technically it's going to be, you know, 17 million, but if you were to do 500 billion divided by 13 million, that puts Bitcoin around sort of $38,000. But I mean, technically you can't really do the calculation like that. You have to do it with whatever's circulating right now. But all I'm showing you here is that there will be that sort of buoyant up pressure, positive pressure behind the scenes. So yeah, I'm expecting, long story short, I'm very bullish. I'm very bullish, and I'm happy to be back in the market. Even though I got in a bit early around here, I'm happy to be in. So yeah, hold your horses, guys. There's no need to shit your pants, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.